Hello, welcome to our Wednesday webinar. Today you're going to see how to plan a window seat cupboard like you see it here. And this cupboard consists of 9 cabinets. And yeah, we will go step by step through it. And if there are any questions, just let me know in a chat or in a comment later on YouTube. All right, first of all, we click on an eye on a top left corner and activate the smart clicks, and we deactivate the room. So, and we click on file and we save our project. So we go in this folder and we save our project and call it window seat cupboard. All right, now we click on file and we are starting a new project. So first of all, you see we have our default cabinet in the room. The room size is already accurate. So, but what we can do, we can draw the room again, and we set the window, and therefore we go here on a room tab, go on the drop-down menu for the window, and here we type in the width, the height, the distance to the left and the distance to the bottom of the window, and then we just drag it and drop it on a wall where we want to have it. That is here our middle wall. All right, and now it's good to turn off the rooms. And we start with our first cabinet, is a cabinet on a left corner, on the bottom left corner. So we have a height of 850 and we click off the dimension for the height. What you see now highlighted in purple color. We click on it, then you see the window on the bottom left corner is opening, and here we type in 850. It's in millimeter, and we confirm it with enter. And we are doing the same with the width of the cabinet. So we click on the dimension, the window on the bottom left corner is opening, and we type in 300. So that is all right, our dimension. And we are going now from the room tab to the cabinet tab, and the plinth is all right. And here on the left, we want to add a trim, and the width of the trim is 25 and the offset is -20. So it's like flush to front. So for the second cabinet, we click here on a smart click on the top left back. Click on here, and here the circle menu is opening, and we go here on a symbol where we can read cabinet copy, and we are copying this cabinet, and here we go on a drop-down menu for the plinth, and we say we want to have no plinth. So this middle cabinet should be an open shelf, and it still should be flush to front. So that's why we click here on the depth of the cabinet and we type in 620, confirm it with enter. You see here the trim is also going 20 millimeter here, and we need to set it back. So we go here on the drop-down menu for the trim and we change the offset from -20 to 0. And then because of the snap point here, it's getting connected again. So, and this height is 750. And now we want to have the top cabinet, and therefore we can copy the second one or the first one again. So we go here to the first cabinet. We want to actually have here a horizontal as well. And we copy this entire cabinet. So that is now activated, yeah, the cabinet number 1. And we go here on this snap point, click on here, and we say copy cabinet. Then we get this cabinet on here. And we go on a drop-down menu and say we don't want to have a plinth. And here on the top, we want to have a trim. On top, it should also have a height of 20 and an offset of -20. Height is 25, I mean. All right, now we just adjust here the height to 800. And we go to the division tab again. We add here in the middle cabinet two horizontals. And then we go on the front tab, and here we add on the top area and the left area a front, and the same here for the bottom one. So you see here it is a mistake. If it's blinking like this, you see this door goes through the whole area. So we click here again and on a smart click for the front and delete it. And we drag it and drop it here again. Now that's the right. All right, then our left side is already done. And what is also good if we have a project with more cabinets, you see when we click here on the 3-dot button, our list is opening, and here we call it button left, middle left, and top left. And then we close it. So then we're continuing with the middle section, and therefore we go here on the drop-down menu for the cabinet, and the bottom center cabinet has a width of 1500. Like the window, it has a height of 450. That's the height also for the window. The depth is all right. And we drag it and drop it here on the snap point on the bottom right back. So that looks good. Here we don't have any trim because it's in the center. And what we are doing is we are adding here two verticals. And for the window, we have here a separate cabinet. Therefore, we click here on the cabinet tab again. So the width keeps the same. The height is also 1500. The depth is 600. And we drag it and drop it on here. So, and here we click on a drop-down menu for the back, and we don't want to have here a back. The same for the plinths. We click here on the drop-down menu and say no plinths. And we go in the material tab. We want to have here the Agar H1145, 25 millimeter material thickness. We make sure that the checkbox all parts of the group is activated, and we drag it and drop it on the center cabinet. And if you want to make it mitre here, you can click on any corner, on every corner, and change it here to mitre, or you click here on the smart click for the cabinet. Then the circle menu is opening, and you go here in the setting by clicking on the setting symbol. And here we have construction at corner, and here we type in number 3. Then all 4 corners changed to mitre. You can also scroll down here and change the name. Yeah, here we can call it open center. And we save it. All right. So, and now we want to have on top also the cabinet. There we are going back to the cabinet tab, activate here the fourth cabinet. We need to give it a new name as well. And before we are copying this, so we click here on a snap point of the open center cabinet, click on here, and we say copy cabinet. So here we go in the drop-down menu for the plinths and say no plinths. And here we want to have on the top on the cabinet a trim. That is all right. What you see here, it's not connected because the snap point is not on this. So if we click here again and delete it, and here we activate the fourth cabinet, and now we use the snap point for the top left cabinet here. And here we are copying the fourth cabinet. And we click on beneath cabinet, say no plinths. But on the cabinet, we want to have a trim. It has the same dimension on the same position or offset. And here you see it's getting connected because of the snap point. All right. And what we are going to do now is we going here on the front tab, and we add here the left door on the left and middle. And here on the right side, we add here a right door. And for the bottom center cabinet, we just drag and drop here the drawers in it. So we need to make still some changes because if you go back to the cabinet tab, we need to give them here a new name. And you see, we also want to have the open center also flush to front. So we are clicking here on a three dot button. And here we call it bottom center, open center, and top center. So, and for the open center, we want to have the depth of the cabinet the same as for the middle left cabinet, and we type in 620. And after we close it, it's getting calculated and changed again. And you see now our open center is flush to front. So, and what we also need to change is this here. Here we want to make it nice and neat. So we need to measure here the distance of the space. So we keep the control button pressed, click on here until it's turned to green, and we click here on this corner. And we see we have here a difference dz of 36. So we keep this in mind, and we go here in the top left area, click on it, and you see currently the height is 359, and we add here the 36 millimeter. So we click here on a height symbol, and here's a window on the bottom left corner is opening. Here we type in the equal signs, 359 plus 36. Confirm it with enter. It's calculating automatically. And you see here it's now on a same level. And here this door, we want to click here on a smart click for the door and go here on a symbol overlap at left. Click on here and type in 3 millimeter. So like you see now, everything looks perfectly. So we're doing the same on the bottom left. So we measure here the distance. Click on here. Keep the control button pressed. Click on here until it's turned green. And here again, here we see we have a difference dz of 26.5. So we are going here on a smart click for this. Was bottom left area, click on it, go on a height, and here you see the current height is 346.5. We say equals 346.5 minus 26.5, and it's calculating to 320 millimeter, like you see here, blue. And the F means it's now fixed. And here the drawer, we extend the front drawer, the drawer front, with an overlap at left of 3 millimeter. And here the gaps are now equal. So we have now well done the left section and the center section. And now we just need to do the right section. And here we can prepare it Also to extend the fronts on the right side, we click here on one of the three smart clicks and go on a symbol overlap at right, type in 3 mm. Why it's 3? Because in my default setting, the front has a space of 3 mm. Here we can also measure it. We keep the control button pressed, click on here until it turns green and on this point, and you see dx is 3 mm like dz. We click OK, and here we click on one of the three smart clicks for the drawer front and go on a symbol overlap at right, and the bottom left window is opening. We type in 3 mm, confirm it with enter, and it's getting extended. All right. And what we are doing now, we are now already almost done. We are selecting here the bottom left cabinet until it's active. Yeah, you see now it's also turned to red. And we are copying this cabinet on this snapping point, and we click on it, and the circle menu is opening. We click on cabinet to copy. We see we get the exact copy, and here we have a difference of 500. We need to change the width of the cabinet from 300 to 800. And what we are doing now, you see here we have the trim on the left side, and also the hinges, they are here on the right side. Also here on the left side, I mean, we want to mirror this cabinet, and therefore we click here on a smart click for the cabinet, and here we see the symbol mirror cabinet, and then the hinges and the trim is going to the other side. So, and we are doing this with the next two cabinets again. Therefore, we select now the middle left cabinet until it's activated here. We click here on the snap point on the bottom right cabinet, click on here and click on copy cabinet, then it's coming on top. So we change it from 300 to 800, and we are clicking here on a smart click for this cabinet and click here on mirror cabinet. Then the trim is going to the other side. And because they are snapped to each other, the trim is getting connected. And now we are doing this with the top left cabinet. So we select it again until it's getting activated. And here we click on a smart click and click on here, copy cabinet. It's getting snapped, and we change it here to 800. And then we click on the smart click for the cabinet and click here on mirror. So now we need to keep an eye because it's snapped on here. This is already connected. For here, it's also connected. And yeah, now we are well done. We click on we can give it a, change the name, click here on the three dot button, and we call it here bottom right middle. Here we can click on here, delete it and call it middle right, and here top right. So the snap points, they're all active. That's why we always have a distance of 0. That is all right. And we close this window and we click on the eye on the top left corner, deactivate all smart clicks and activate the room. And yeah, now we can present it to our customer. If we click here on the eye again and click on draw fronts open, you also see here that the hinges are on the other side. If we click here again, you see it, our cabinet with visible doors. And if we click here again, we see it also with visible drawer fronts. And if we click here again, we see it with closed fronts. And yeah, now we finished our project. We can click here on the top right corner on data export to see our cutting list. And if you want to save your cutting list, you can choose here your layout also if you want. And if you have chosen your layout, you can click Export ASCII and save it in your folder for the customer. Now we just call it here cutting list, and it's a CSV file which you can open in Excel or a different program. All right, so that is it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to the next time. So take care and bye bye.